Metaphysician's Companion.
Hi John, good morning everybody. It's a rainy old day in Sydney again, but we're going to talk about, I think, meditation today.
That's the way, and good morning to you and everybody listening.
Meditation, interesting subject. I think we'll just maybe start at the...
Start at the beginning.
At the beginning, because I could rabbit on to all the stuff that has been helped me, but let's start from the beginning there. Now, there's lots of ways to meditate, and some is just very simple ways of relaxation, and other ways take you deeper.
Yeah, well, I think one of the things is, first time you sit down to meditate, I think a lot of people go, but it's boring.
But it's about quietening who you are, your mind that clutters everything up every day. And I know people just can't stop thinking.
I always like that expression, the monkey mind.
Monkeys are good.
No. As a analogy, monkeys are always fiddling with something, and the mind keeps fiddling with things. Did I cut my toenails last week? Sort of totally irrelevant things.
It's looking for something just to keep it occupied. In other words, yeah. Well, I think what meditation does, it just slows you down. And when you say, you can do meditation just for relaxation, which is fine, and what's they call that now? The one that everybody talks about for people who've got depression and stuff like that. What do they call it? What's the word I'm looking for? What's the basic meditation?
I don't know. I started when I was doing martial arts, and the whole idea there was about moving energy around your body. But looking back, I think that the idea was to gain some sort of control, mental discipline, to be able to focus the mind and keep it in a narrow area. Like with the basic Buddhist one of observing the breath. Yeah.
Oh, there's one of the other sects I know of. You look at a candle or a light.
Yeah.
Just the focus of it to take you to a different place in your head. But I talking about candles. Did I tell you how I started? When I was younger, I was a very shy person, very shy in my attitude, and I wanted to become more assertive and more positive. So I decided I'd read a book on self-hypnosis.
You spoke about this.
Yeah, so I decided to try self-hypnosis. And in those days, you could buy these little pen torches, which just had a little beam of light on you. So I practiced with this pen torch to do this hypnotherapy, which was great. It worked really well. The only problem was when I started to drive at night and the car had lights coming towards me, I start to go into a hypnotic trance. And I thought, I don't think this is what I'm meant to be doing when I'm driving. So I stopped that practice and...
so you developed an habitual response to the light.
Yeah. But that's... the actual hypnosis, in a sense, did work. To a degree, I won't say it fixed that for me totally, but it helped me move on.
So now keeping with hypnosis... My experience there is that it's a way of passing instructions to your subconscious mind. You have developmental stages. You've learned, as a small child, you learned not to show yourself. This is something, shyness is something like that. And so you got this idea in your head that says, keep it in, or whatever it's saying. And that with hypnosis, you get to calm the mind enough in order to drop in some other suggestion that will alter your outer behaviour automatically.
Well, of course, that was using for people who smoked. So when you smoked, the taste of a cigarette would taste awful, for example. That's what you're programmed to think. So, this stuff does work. So and I think we all... hypnosis is around all the time, quite frankly, because that's really basically what conditioning is all about from outside, is to basically to make your mind think in another direction.
Oh, yeah, like, I mean, listen to any sermon or political speech and
Yeah.
you hear hypnotic language.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not talking about hypnosis, but that's how I started. And then...
But it is an overlap.
Yeah,
because
that's
it's about altering the functioning of your mind.
And all this stuff is actually, when we look at it long term, is all about altering one's mind. It's all about moving one's mind to another consciousness, for a better word. Where when I started doing meditation, I started with doing a chakra meditation, because that's I read a book on it basically, so I started to do the colours of the chakras. But later in life, I was introduced to a mantra, so I use the mantra as well. So in fact, today, in a sense, I use the chakra meditation and the mantra, and it all depends on where I am at the time. So sometimes I find I start to wander too much, so I go back to the mantra, or I go back to the colour. But it's something that just comes to me as I do it. So that's my methodology of meditation. So I use the chakra meditation, which deals with each chakra moving up the chakra chain, for want of a better word, up from the bottom up to the top. And then sometimes I get stuck, and then I use the mantra to refocus. What about yourself, John?
Well, like I said, I started with the, like in the martial arts, which was about moving chi around the body, so from the Chinese system.
Yeah.
And the chi is like prana in the Indian system.
Yeah.
And, because the martial arts that I did was really based on a Taoist system. So it's sort of that Taoist philosophy of how it all works. And a lot of it, in my mind, disappears into magic, or magical thinking, which is, an accretion. It's not the real underlying Taoism. And then later I did a Vipassana course, which is Buddhist.
Yeah.
And there is basically focus on the breath. Keep your mind on the breath. And I find that very useful for like calming the monkey mind. It gives a small domain of attention. The idea of purity came into my mind when you were talking earlier, and it is to, it's got a steady flow, and eventually no space for actual everyday thinking.
Well, for me, I mean, I think the pinnacle of actual meditation was many years ago. I used to go to a park, which is actually in the inner harbour of Sydney, and I used to park my car and go meditate out on the point. This particular morning, it was pelting down with rain, so I thought, I can't go to the point, I get soaked. So I decided to meditate in the car.
Looking for your creature comforts again.
Yeah, well, obviously, standing in the rain and meditating, I mean, it probably would be a very good thing for being, basically part of nature. But the interesting part about this particular day was that I started to meditate, and the meditation went into something very different. I ended up, for want of a better word, not existing. I was part of the all. That's all I can say. It was actually a very profound experience for me, because it made me realise that I was just an energy that was vibrating, and it's like I integrated with all the energy around me, and physically I couldn't feel my body at all. All I knew was my consciousness. My consciousness at the time was the existence in this space of nothingness, and I use that word nothingness. It was like my consciousness was held in this energy, which I was part of.
So this sounds non-duality, like
non-duality. I was just there.
You and everything.
I was there with everything, for one of the words. So I was part of that
part of everything. Yeah.
That altered my life totally, because the experience I had with that made me realise that I'm basically just a vibration, but I'm more than that. I'm part of it.
Yes.
So I exist within it. So
Have
I have a physical body, I exist within this energy.
Have you re-experienced that?
I've only had it twice. I'd like to have it more often. I think it's.
But do you think it's necessary to keep it?
No, I don't think it's necessary. I think it's something you have because you have to. Your consciousness or your high consciousness is wanting you to learn something. He wants you to experience it. As I've talked to you before, my I'm going to use the word belief, but my everything to me is about spirituality. Is about experience. It's not about belief.
Oh yeah.
So this is an experience I had, which altered my thinking around existence. So in a sense,
I'd say profoundly altered.
yeah, profoundly. So it means, I mean, although I'm in the physical and I'm reminded of it every day, and especially as you get older, you realise this body does not work the same as it did when you're 25. Then obviously that you think you go back to existing within yourself, but this showed me that I existed out of myself.
Yeah. That there's more to you than what meets the eye.
So if nothing else, I'll say to the listener, if you meditate as a possibility, you could go there, and once you've experienced it, it changes who you are.
Yeah.
So that was my ultimate experience in meditation, but I've also found meditation as a tool.
Yeah, well, I've used it. Like I say, the Buddhist concept there of mindfulness and entering the quiet place. And when I practice it more regularly, it's like I can be in traffic and somebody does something stupid, and I do not react emotionally. I go, oh, look at that. And it's, if I get angry or if I stay calm, the other car just drives off.
Yeah.
So why not stay calm? Because the anger is only going to...
So you might come to place, what's the point of this? There's no point to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And being able to observe that automatic response and choose the more, the optimal response or the less stressful response.
Because now I've moved to a stage of meditation where I find it's actually, I use it as a tool with visualization. So I actually combine visualization and meditation together.
Yeah, I'm not particularly good with the visualization.
Yeah, it's not everybody's cup of tea. But I use it for visualization to improve who I am rather than what I want. So it's improving about who I am. So, enhancing the positive benefits of I use the word spirituality, of being kind, being generous, telling the truth, which I know is one of your big things, right?
Satya, yeah.
So one of the things when I get to my throat chakra is basically making the statements that I always honest and always truthful.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a very important part of life. That honesty and truthfulness is very important.
Well, one of the when I first encountered like the yoga philosophy and I read, one practices truthfulness so that one knows when one is, when you're telling yourself lies.
Yeah.
And it's, it's a way of clearing your mind.
So, where do you want to go from here? I've run out of words. I think
I was sort of thinking about, that profound non-dual experience that you had is kind of not even like an end goal. It's like my way of understanding myself is like you say, experience is what it's all about. And so I entered the meditational state. I learned how to still the monkey mind. And at one stage, and this is like one of these things, it's like I was sitting there and I could watch these thoughts come into my mind. And it was almost like, I'd be sitting at a desk with several sheets of paper and I could move the sheets of paper around. I was like, I would push the thoughts around. And I can still do it, is that if I have a thought and I can choose to not think it.
Yeah, well, it's like it comes in and you say, do I need this particular thought? No, I don't. I mean, so I've had that as well. So this thought comes in from nowhere, and you think, well, where's that come up? I don't need that.
Yeah, and it's the choice to engage with the thought or not.
Yeah.
And that can come out and be used in everyday life. It's like you're saying, with the candle and the hypnosis.
Yeah.
It would become a liability driving a car.
And the other thing about the thought coming to mind, you can ask the question, where did that thought come from and why is it coming up?
Yeah, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I talk to them.
Yeah. So, and that will then take you back to something else within you that may be affecting your behavior.
Yeah, well, that's what I would do. And sometimes not even in meditation. But in meditation, it's like you can call forth the emotion, and because I'm in that state of being able to choose, I can observe the emotion without engaging with it in my mind.
And that has the benefit when you're conscious out of your meditation, like you're talking about the car incident, right?
Yeah.
Is that you don't react.
Yeah.
Because you know you've got no control of the other person.
Yeah.
So what's the point? They've had a bad day, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
So why let it affect you?
Yeah. But I suppose where I was going with this is that the meditation can give you experiences that have everyday application.
Yeah.
Without necessarily, like I've never had this non-dual experience that you've had. It's still like I sit here going, gee, wow, that would be great. But I'm not going to pretend that I have these experiences.
Yeah.
Things like this, I have an intellectual understanding of what you say, and I go, that's really interesting. I would like to experience that.
I look at it as a gift, actually.
Yeah.
It was a gift that was given to me to show me something that I needed to know or be part of. So I looked at it as a gift. So, rather than... yes, it was an experience, but it's also a gift given to me at that time.
Yeah, but it's still also your ability to respond to the world or to the universe. That is that each of us have our own karma, and our own place, as it were, like the what we've learned, what we can learn, a path that we can take. And, I don't know where mine leads. Whether it goes to that sort of length or not.
Who knows?
Yeah.
And really, does it really matter? But the last few words I could say to people listening here is meditation has huge benefits, whether it's just to relax yourself or to put you, in a place of peace or whatever it may be. But you can move with this and you can develop it if you wish. It's all a choice.
Yeah, you don't have to go and sit in a snow cave in the Himalayas for 3 months.
You can do it. I mean, I find nothing better than going to a beach that's deserted and meditating. I find it amazing because you're so close to nature. It's like you're in it.
Yeah.
So to me, that's a great experience. That may not be your experience. Everybody is a bit different, but it's a tool and it's something that if you can do it, I would highly recommend it. And there's lots of ways of getting there, and it's different for every individual.
Oh, yeah.
And this is important. Maybe if it's encouraged you to look at different ways of getting there yourself.
I was going to say the same thing as myself. Is that if you try one way and it's not working for you, there are plenty of other ways to try. Yeah.
Well, on that note,
I think that's about it.
Okay, everybody. We'd love your comments. If you can give them, you can leave them on Spotify itself, or you can email us. John, please.
The email address is metphyscompanion@gmail.com. That's METPHYS companion, all one word, @gmail.com.
Now you can you can say something about the podcast, or you can tell us about your experiences. We're always glad to know about your experiences.
Or even offer suggestions on what you would like to hear.
Oh yeah, we're always looking forward to that.
Welcome suggestions.
All right for now, and we'll say goodbye, and thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, and goodbye from me.